Hi, my loves. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Sonia,
I'm Sanjay
and this is Biased.
and unbiased.
She's the biased one. Uh,
I'm biased and unbiased at the same
at the
time.
same time. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing um important first date question, like this first date question, the question that you need to ask somebody on your first date. Well, some of these very important question that you should ask someone you're getting to know them, or basically on your first date. And we start with you.
Something very obvious, but may not be obvious to many. The name, the full names, yani ile majina ya kitambulisho.
Mm.
Yeah, I need to know just in case anything happens. Utafutwe. Mm.
So that you already know, like,
Some people they can twist it up when you ask. I don't know why they do that. Like sometimes you might ask someone their full name and they're like, why do you want to know? Kwani your tribalist? Sijui nini nini. Sometimes
it's just good to know
it's just
somebody's
good to know somebody's name. It doesn't matter about, it's not even about the tribe. It's about being safe and knowing who you are with. It's better than nikwambie nisaidie ID yako.
nisaidie idea yako bado inakaa fiti.
It's giving.
It's giving.
Mm.
I think or one of the questions that I'll ask someone, if anyone think they're in a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because some people will be like, yeah, saying they're single. Then again, there's somebody at home thinking they're actually in a relationship with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there someone who you're flirting with, who
Mm.
you're like entertaining? Like, I need to know. I need to know, like, are you single, or you're just on unwavering ground? And then
Mm-hmm.
other people are like, they're single, but I think I'm building up to my point two
Mm-hmm.
is some people are just single, but their private part are dating. So I want to know also if you have, maybe you're not in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
like emotional relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but you're in a physical relationship. So I also want to know if you have a friends with benefits.
Mm-hmm. On the first date.
Yes, I want to know if you have a friend with benefits,
Mm-hmm.
because I actually need to know.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
is an important question.
But you don't think it's viable for the first date?
Maybe after you've gone on the second date, like you
Mm.
see if you're really interested in this person.
Mm.
But you're like, are you in a relationship with someone else? It makes
if
sense.
someone if someone else
Or
thinks they're
someone thinks you're in a relationship
relationship
with
with
them.
them, you might be feeling I'm single, but someone else think you guys are in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
But I also want to know if you have a friend with benefits.
It's good. It's good. Friends with benefit relationship. The friends with benefits. Maybe the friend may be thinking they're in a relationship. Potato, potato.
No, as maybe it's just purely benefits, but I want to know if
Mm-hmm.
it's there or not. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
it's valid. Another important question is, why are you looking to? Okay, what are you looking for? Like, what are you looking for? Are you dating for fun? Are you dating to get into a serious relationship? Like, what's your purpose of this?
Or like, what's your end goal?
Yeah, what's your end goal of dating? Like,
Mm.
do you want to have some fun? Are you dating to like get married? Like, guys, we have different goals.
Yeah.
And if you're like, no, I'm just dating, I'm not ready to settle
Like,
down,
settle
I'm just
down.
having some fun, like just be outright. Don't make me come date you for like 6 months and then I'm expecting like a ring at the end of it, but kumbe your mind is not even there.
Yeah, you just want. There are people who do not like being lonely.
Yeah.
They just want to have someone.
Companion, but nothing serious. It's just for fun.
So, like, okay, on me building my points, I'm assuming this is someone you're going out on a day because you have intentions of maybe being in a relationship with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I also think it's important for me to ask when your last relationship was.
Yeah, that's a good question.
because I don't want to be with someone who like the last relationship was like a month ago or
Or
so.
yesterday.
Or yeah, or last week. I
Mm-hmm.
just broke up with my person.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, no, thank you.
No, I'm not ready to be a rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, after 3 months, I still feel like 3 months is not enough time for me to go out with someone. If
Mhm.
actually they tell me like their last relationship is anything less than 6 months, I would hold back. Not maybe I would go out with them eventually,
But
but
not like with that much vigor. Yeah.
yeah, I would like hold back and maybe give it time. You
Mhm.
know, if they're like going out with me as a rebound,
Mhm.
or like they're still stuck with their ex,
Yeah.
and they're just being with me to like get over it
Mhm.
or get distracted. Yeah, so but mostly I would want to go out with someone who like they've been single for like a year because their mind is settled,
Mhm. And
and
you're sure you're not a rebound.
I'm also sure like they've also done the self work.
Mhm.
They understand themselves. If you've been single for a long time, I believe like you have done the inner work.
What's your limit? Like what's your limit? Like how long can someone tell you they've been single for? Okay, you've already told us like the short one.
Mm.
What about the long limit? Like how many years can you say like no? Someone has been single for how many years? Where do you draw the line?
I don't have a limit on how long.
Mm-hmm.
I only have a limit on I want to be with someone who have been in a relationship before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not like a year relationship,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe they're not coming in with like a green mind.
Mm-hmm.
They really have like a little experience of how our relationships look like.
Yeah, you don't want to teach them.
Yeah, and then also like they will come with a lot of expectations, and maybe we'll have issues even like when we don't want to talk,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'm just in my zone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's coming expecting it's going to be all rosy, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as much as I don't have a time limit on the last time we were in a relationship, I actually do not care. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's also because I've also been single for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I do not really care about it. But I want to like, yeah, 6 months and above.
Mm-hmm.
But the most viable one is 1 year and above.
Okay.
But six, it's okay.
Well, I've also not thought about how long, but I really, really, really don't like asking about the exes, and then
No, I don't have to know about who
like
your ex was.
yeah, I know, but it's a really touchy subject.
I actually would be tempted also to ask why did you guys break up?
Yeah,
But I think I can
but
hold
that
back
one you
for
can
that.
hold on. Like
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
can
have
hold
to be on the first
first
date.
date. Yeah.
Okay, another question.
Mm-hmm.
It can come out as a fun question,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a very important question depending on how the person asks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, it's actually important.
Yeah, you may be like, oh, I like going to the strip club for fun, and then there you're like, hold up. You decide, am I ready for this? Like, it's a good question, and how they answer will really determine how you feel about this. Like, am I ready to do this? Like, maybe he'd be like, I like going to the club with my boys. Are you ready to wait at
Like
home as he goes clubbing with
with
his
his
boys?
boys. Like if he's going clubbing, is this the type of person who like tag you along, or he just
Yeah,
hang out with his boys?
exactly.
That is actually a very good question,
Yeah,
and I think that's what most people ask about
yeah,
fun and hobbies.
yeah. What do you like to do for fun? What are
I,
your hobbies?
what are your hobbies?
Maybe, maybe you write, you like reading books, and then maybe you might find maybe you even have books in common. You can have even like that is a boy, okay? You can find like you click on something that maybe you have in common.
Yeah, true, very true. You need to, so that you can know like if maybe for example I love traveling. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm with someone who actually loves traveling, I'm like wow.
where have you been to?
Yeah.
Where would you like to
Where would you like
go?
to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your dream destination?
That will change the topic. Oh my god.
You'll get even excited.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But then again, there's something they'll say. I'm like, hold on, and I will lose like the psych in
Hmm.
like continuing with the conversation.
Hmm.
I'm like,
You'll just, sometimes it gets awkward, and then you start talking about the weather. It's been cold.
I know. Actually, it's so cold. It's so cold.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Aki, I am one of those people who I really don't know how to start a conversation unless you start it for me and then I flow with it. Plus, if you're not going to help it flow, I'll just let it die down.
Eh, I think I am both. I am both,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also the kind of person who like on first date I would like to ask question. I know it's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to be the one who asks a lot of questions than
Mm-hmm.
the one answering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because unajua mimi I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am asking all the questions
Mm-hmm.
when I can or when you're trying to be honest with me, so that I can know if this is something viable. Unajua when things go way beyond that, some people because maybe they feel you in a certain way. Because one thing for me is like I'm easy to vibe with,
Mm-hmm.
and when I start talking to someone, it's very easy for them to get attached. Yeah, so I want to know
Mm-hmm.
mapema mapema ndo best. So I don't know, like if you answer this question in this particular way,
Mm-hmm.
it is something worth pursuing. So
Yeah.
I tend to ask a lot of questions, and then also people feel like I ask a lot of questions, and I'm always like holding back. So,
You know, when you say you ask a lot of questions, and then I think I'm kind of opposite.
you
When
are,
okay, I don't like asking many questions, but if I have a question, I'll ask. But also I'll be observing, is this guy really interested in
in getting
learning
to know
anything
you.
about me, or they're just talking about themselves, talking about, oh, I've accomplished this, accomplished that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. They won't even give you a chance to talk, like, "Oh, what do you do, like,
Yeah.
what do you like?"
Also, like them, like always being so self
Centered
uh
or
absorbed.
self-aware, self-absorbed. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, absorbed. You're like, oh, not really. I also don't want that.
Yeah, I
As much
want
as I am
someone.
asking the question, I also want to see like you're interested,
Yeah,
equally interested
yeah,
in knowing me.
yeah,
Yeah, but I also tend to ask questions.
yeah. Something else I
Hmm.
would like to know on a first date. Do you have kids?
Yeah, I wanted to say that.
Ah,
And if they have multiple kids,
yeah.
do they have different baby mothers, or it's
Uh-huh.
just one single mom?
Hmm.
Like if you have more than one child, are you having these multiple children with multiple women?
Yeah.
Because where a child can be that's okay, and it
Yeah.
can also be a deal breaker.
Yeah. Depends on
Who
what you're
you
looking for.
what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who actually do not mind, and
Hmm.
there are other people who mind.
Yeah.
And also, if you're comfortable with them having a child, you'd want to know how their relationship is with the the mother of the child or
Uh-huh.
the father of the child.
And are they supporting the child?
Yeah, if they are present in the kid's life,
Mm-hmm.
because there are men who will be comfortable going out with you if your baby your the father of your child is not present.
Yeah.
And then there are others who will feel like if you don't have a good relationship with your child, that's a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
So you don't know how to answer that. So it's basically we're not giving you Makenya. You're just saying it depends on the person. There's
Yeah.
someone, and then I also have a friend who does not have a problem with dating a woman with a
Mm-hmm.
child,
Mm-hmm.
and that is if the child is a girl. So if it's a boy,
Mm-hmm.
no. But if it's a girl, I'm like, okay.
Well, That's a story for another day. The question is, do you have a child or not? Because
Yeah,
I still don't get
that
that
meaning.
concept.
I know it's just weird.
Yeah.
Another thing is if they've been married before,
Yeah.
and if they've been married before, are they separated? Are they
Mm-hmm.
divorced?
Mm.
And the wedding type, was it a white wedding? Was it
Yeah.
just a come we stay?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it just like maybe they need to they went to AG blah 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 and did the
Or,
paperwork?
or if maybe you're a girl and the guy is asking like, have you been married? Most times if you had done a traditional wedding, especially in Kikuyu, and you've not gone back to like say that you separated, that can hinder you from getting to another relationship because of the culture and all of
Because of the
that.
culture.
Yeah. So it's a very important question,
Question.
especially if you're seeing potential.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's important, you know. Unaweza kuwa ukiuko huku you're pursuing something, you want something like really strong with a person and these people are still married, like legally.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe emotionally they broke up, but the government know these people are married. Especially like if you have done like the legal wedding and you've not done like processed the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So nyinyi wenyewe mnasema we separated but you're not divorced.
Yeah. Mm. Tricky. Another
Kuna
question.
people, there are people who do not like uh, they separate and
Mm-hmm.
then afterwards they pursue the divorce.
Yeah. And then afterward they might also decide like we're better together.
I know
And they get back.
we needed a break.
Yeah.
We just
When we
needed.
were on a break,
I know.
we realized that there is a lot of sea there is a lot of fish in the sea, but
We
they are
just
not
better
for
off
us.
better
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I need like a lot of groundwork. I
Mm-hmm.
worked on myself.
Uh-huh.
I maybe this is what was not making our relationship work.
I was able to
Ready?
get some spice.
I know. I'm ready to go past it.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Another question is, what's your religion?
Yeah. What's their relationship with God?
Yeah, or
The
religion.
region. Yeah.
Because some these days you can't just tell someone's religion by just looking at them.
Yeah.
You have to ask, and if it's a deal breaker for you, because for example, for Muslims, I find that most times they like to get married to Muslims.
Muslim.
So if you're a girl, are you ready to convert? So it's a good question.
It's a very good question.
Yeah.
But I think on that question, if someone is a Christian, I'd like to know if they're just spiritual or they are actually religious. Like, uh, like yes, you're Christian, but then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, are you just like, oh, I believe in God, I'm a Christian, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, or you also go to church?
Yeah, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
in that issue about church is like, which church do you go to? If you're looking for somebody who goes to church, you ask like, which church do you go to, and if going to different churches is a deal breaker.
I think where you go to church for me wouldn't matter a lot.
it
To
it will
like
matter in future, because you know why, when you
like
have
so it's just
children.
the first date. The
Yeah,
first
it's
date.
the first date, but if you're seeing like potential, you know, obviously you'll have that discussion. You'll be like, oh, I go to church. Maybe you'll say I'm Catholic, and you're like Protestant, and then they're like, ah, but in case I have children, we'll just go to Catholic. So is that okay?
I think on a first date, most people will not be willing to switch churches
Mm-hmm.
because they are just getting to know you. And this is someone I'm meeting, like maybe going out on a date for the first time.
Yeah.
So, like, church changing is a heavy conversation that I wouldn't have on the first date.
But it's food for thought.
Yeah, it's food for thought. I will actually ask those questions later, but
Mm-hmm.
on a first date, I wouldn't.
Some churches, wanaoteangwa mabibi.
Then why is he in the date in the first place?
See, that's why it's important to know which church they go to, ndio uone kama unabeba ujinga.
Oh. Like, okay, maybe knowing the church they go to is
Yeah.
something I would ask,
Yeah.
but if they are willing to change churches, that I would
That you'll ask later.
later.
But it can also help you determine if
Mm.
this guy is serious or is just wasting your time. You know, kuna hiyo kanisa, but sitataja.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I also think it's important for you to know if how they act when they are stressed and how they handle differences.
How do they handle pressure?
Basically, differences. Like if you have a disagreement, how do you approach it? Do you like talk it out then? Do you like maybe take time and talk about it later?
Yeah.
Are you someone who like run away from addressing the issue? Because there are people you will have an issue with them, like you have a whole like you have a lot of differences going on, and you're having a lot of disagreements. But instead of them like talking to you about them, they're just like being aloof. Then maybe they are doing the most apart from addressing the issue. So I want to think it's important for me to know how they solve it. If they're also like the one that do not address the issues kabisa is a red flag for me. But I also think it might be important for you to know if they are kind of people who like go like take a walk, blah blah blah, take their time, sit on it, think through it, and then discuss it later. Is it something that I'm willing to like be quiet with someone for a while as they think about the differences we have so that they can be able to discuss them? Or like I want someone who like if you have a disagreement, we like talk about it then and there so that there's not, because I believe sometimes when you have a different you're having differences, it's good to like talk it then and there before like you build a lot of distance, kwa sababu the more you stay without addressing the issue, the more distance you create between yourself, the more it's going to be like a little bit harder to get to where you were before. And also sometimes when you take more distance, it gives you time to think about it with clarity. And then you think maybe sometimes when you address it then you'll only be seeing what the other person did or didn't do. You'll not be looking at yourself. So when you take a little time to think about it, it will give you clarity. You think about it, saying, yeah, she did this, but I also did this. She did know this, I also didn't do this. So if you're maybe addressing the issue later, you'll address it with a little bit clarity and it will not be like heated.
Yeah. You have another point.
Do you have another point?
I don't think I have another point. Maybe maybe just something else we may discuss in future, like how someone answers a question can tell so much about them, not really in the words, but how they say it, and some giveaways that will make you know that this person
Yes. Why is he answering questions like this?
yeah.
But I think that is not more of a question, it's more of an observation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have really a point on like what you should ask, but observations you can make, like are they dodging questions, like are they answering questions in a weird way that maybe doesn't sit well with you. Yeah.
I think I have like I think two more points. I think it's important for me to know if they have a pet.
Why?
Pets.
Why?
I just want to know.
Oh, by the way, I saw some guy saying that he has a cat, and if you're not okay with him having a cat and he sleeps in bed with the cat, then you might as well stay away, because if he's asked to choose between you and the cat, he'll definitely choose the
Can
cat.
you imagine like sharing a bed with a cat? For me, it will be a no. For him, because there's no way I'm sleeping in my bed with a cat. But I have cousins who like sleep with cats.
Maybe they'll change. Maybe the cat is just.
But unajua, the cat is just there. It's not like they would like say, I'm not going to be this person because they're not willing to like share my bed with them and the cat. And then it's not everybody who's comfortable like sharing a bed with a cat. Plus, people have a lot of reservation when it comes to cats.
Maybe the cat is the placeholder for you.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the other thing I would ask is how I know um one I want to know if your first child a last born or a middle child. Yeah,
Does it
yeah,
matter?
it matters to me.
Okay, can you tell me why it matters?
No, I just like want to know. I
Why
would
you
like
think a
to know.
firstborn is responsible
I would just want to
and
know.
you'll have to be a lastborn?
It can be either. There are last ones who are very responsible. There are first ones who are very responsible. But I would want to know so that I can know how to pursue it.
Oh wait, I forgot something.
Hmm.
Age.
Age, yeah. Age,
Hmm?
age. And also, the last thing I would ask, the last points would be, yeah, the age part is very important because people look 30 and they're actually 17.
20. Oh my gosh. Hey, we don't want to be with the minors.
You find yourself in a minor situation and it will be bad for you,
Hey, that one is the worst.
especially saizi venye watoto wamefunga
Hey,
shule,
karibu uambie mtu akikwambianga jina atoe ID,
especially when the kids are at home. Please be careful.
especially during COVID period. Things were bad.
Things were so bad.
Mm.
Eh, This air, it's very important for you to know someone's age, but I don't think most people answer. They do
Yeah, like if you don't
already.
want to answer, like, okay, give me a range then.
Yeah, give me a range.
Mm.
But see, unajua, you can look at someone and know this is not a minor. Not all the time.
Not always.
True. Age is also very important because for me, someone who's younger than me is a deal breaker.
Mm. Me too.
Usiharibiane wakati.
And someone who is too old.
Yeah, and someone maybe who's too old, you'll have some reservation. Then too old, never married. So like, what is your problem?
Yeah, like what happened? Like what? Where were you?
Yeah, I will
Mm.
have a lot of questions. And the
Yeah.
way you answer them after will determine whether I'm going to pursue it or not.
Mhm.
The other thing that is important for me to know is if how their family is like. Did they grow up with a single parent or like two parents? Yeah, I want to know how they were growing up because most people behave in a certain way based on how they were brought up. Not
Mhm.
everyone. The same thing with the last born, first born situation.
Yeah.
Also, there's a way if I know you were brought up in a single parent household or like you were brought up in like duo well functioning family, your father and your mother were present, so was healthy, blah blah. You can also like have two parents but very toxic abusive
Yeah.
parents,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Or you were just an only child, so
Mhm.
you don't know how to like share things with people
Yeah.
because you already know like everything revolve around you. I
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll know, you'll have a slight idea of what they value,
Yeah.
of why they act in a certain way, what to expect in future.
Yeah, and also what their relationship is with their family.
Yeah.
I want to know that.
Yeah. Anyway, your first date will not be boring. We've already given you tips of questions to ask during the first date.
Yeah, very, very, especially if you forget anything else, please don't forget the age,
The name.
the name. If they're in a relationship with anyone or someone else think they're in a relationship with them, I
Mhm.
think those are the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the most virtues they value as a
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
like being loyal, being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people will not maybe answer that truthfully,
Mhm.
but you go have fun
Yeah.
and know what you share, your common interests.
Yeah, know what the end goal is after this date, and
Yeah,
then know, am I going to go on a second date
yeah.
or let's call it the first date, and don't ruin it with the second one.
And don't make it too serious.
Yeah. Have
Don't-
fun.
Yeah. Yes, make it more of an interview, but of getting to know each other more, but also see if someone is how they are talking. Like, do you have a vibe? Can we like talk all day? Ama, it's just like, so what's your name? My name is. What's
It's
your?
like,
What about you?
like
What's your age? I'm 20. What about you?
I mimi
21.
ukiniongelesha hivyo I'll be like
Oh,
I forgot
okay.
something, can we do this next time?
Yeah, so also take note of the vibe and the
Yeah.
connection after. Yeah, do you have anything else, guys, you think like we didn't mention? Please mention it on the comment section below. If you also have a suggestion of something that we need to do, please also like comment it. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handles will be on the description box. You can follow us on Instagram,
Talk.
on TikTok. Our TikTok page will be there. And for business inquiries, our email address will be there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.
If you don't subscribe, you are banned.
Bye, my love.